Did I cross the line by calling the Stratocaster a boomer guitar? Hey, what's going on everybody? My name is Adam. Welcome to the channel. I'm here to show you how to make good money playing music. If that sounds good to you, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss anything. So, once again, something I said on TikTok got me into some hot water.
What's your guitar hot take that nobody wants to hear?
That Strats are the Corvette of guitars. Like, old dudes think they're cool. Now, a bunch of folks in the comments seem to agree with my assessment, or at least understood the joke that I was trying to make. But I also got a lot of blowback about people saying my take was, in fact, too hot. So I figured talking about types of guitars and the way that the guitar community sees them would be an interesting experiment. So let's get into it. As a young guitarist, my first electric guitar was in fact a Stratocaster knockoff that I got from the Sears catalog. And to quote John Mulaney, yes, that is a very old-fashioned sentence. Now, I started playing guitar in the early 90s, back when hair metal was still on MTV and grunge hadn't quite broken through. And in that era, the Strat was king. I'm dead serious. Look at the covers of Guitar World magazine from like 1989 to 1992. A cover without a Strat is a rare bird indeed. As the musical tastes of pop culture changed, so did the instruments that guitarists used. So as I was coming up as a younger musician, my preferences followed that path. Now, don't get me wrong, I definitely owned other Strats as a younger player. In fact, the first professional guitar I ever got was an early 90s G&L Legacy. That red G&L was like my Ralphie Red Ryder Christmas Story guitar. But you know what I did with it? In high school, I traded it in for a Les Paul Studio.
Les Paul Studio!
Now, in that stupid kid's defense, every guitar player I looked up to played Les Pauls. And the music on rock radio at that time was driven by these humbucker-equipped riff machines. As I got into writing and recording my own music, that was also the kind of music I wanted to play. To me, Strats were guitars that guys in the 60s played. Other than Hendrix or David Gilmour, my guitar heroes did not play Strats. So for a huge part of my professional music career, I played single-cut guitars with a pair of humbuckers in them. I spent a lot of time and money developing my own personal sound, which wasn't very subtle, it was just loud and heavy. But as I continued to work, I realized that not everybody was looking for that kind of thing, and that I may need different instruments for different gigs. When a band or an artist needs a sideman for their project, they're not always looking for somebody with a super distinct sound. They're probably looking for somebody who's fairly versatile and can blend in with what they've already established. If you want to build a reputation in your market as a sideman or studio musician, you better have the right gear for any opportunity that comes your way. So in order to keep working and pick up new gigs, I started diversifying my guitar arsenal. That started with a couple of Tellys, semi-hollow, and then I traded in a Les Paul Jr. for a Paul Reed Smith EG3, which is the first Strat-style guitar I probably owned in 10 or 15 years. Then recently, I found this Nick Johnston signature Schecter. This guitar feels and sounds incredible. It became my #1 guitar basically overnight.
Wait a minute, you said Strats were for old dudes and looked lame, and now it's your primary instrument? Isn't that kind of hypocritical?
Look, here's the deal. That video was primarily posted as a joke and as a way to get some people riled up. In reality, there are tons of new artists that play Strats. I think Fender has done a really awesome job in endorsing new and current artists, and the fact that they currently have 44 different Strats in their product line means that this design is arguably more popular than ever. So am I the problem? Do I have some kind of anti-Strat bias? Yeah, probably. Personally, I'm not a fan of the way that a Strat looks in the context of performance. For better or worse, playing music live is mostly a visual medium, and to me, the amount of space a larger guitar takes up just looks more appealing. I mean, come on. This is awesome. But at the end of the day, the instruments that we play are just tools. In my current mix of gigs, this Strat is the best tool for the job. And I can deal with its discernible lack of stage presence because it inspires me to play. It feels really great in my hands and it's super versatile. That sonic versatility is the reason why Strats have been revered for so long. There are very few guitars in the marketplace that can do what a Strat can do. Also, I just turned 41, so I am an old dude. Look, whether you like my take or not, the reality is you have a responsibility as a musician to serve the material you're playing. Guitars at the end of the day are just tools to serve that function. Granted, They're super cool tools, but it doesn't matter what color the hammer is if the objective is putting nails in a board. Besides, we all know you should be using an SM58 to put nails in a board. Do you have any guitar models that just don't do it for you? Leave them in the comments. Let's talk about them. That's going to do it for this week. Thanks again for tuning in. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We post new videos here every single Friday. Also, it's finally starting to cool off and we have hoodies in our merch store. Go check out some of our new designs and pick one up for the fall. Have an awesome week, and I'll see you next time.